Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Namaste. Hey, thank you for joining me. And Capricorn, this is your reading for October 2018. We are using the Morgan Greer deck and 7 cards from there, as well as an oracle card at the end of the reading. Before I start, I did some intuitive work for you guys. Capricorn, we got the message for you to clear yourselves. If you have any toxic relationships or habits, now is the time to make changes, such as things like a new diet, new thoughts, bring in new energy, balance your auras and bring in some light as well. So it sounded a little bit heavy, Capricorn, but that's what came through. So something there for you to think about. Definitely protect your area around you and, bring in some light and fluffy energies of activity and action. So let's shuffle for you guys and see what is in store for October for 2018 for Capricorn. Okay, I did do some shuffling just before the video actually started. So your first card is the current situation around you, and he is the Knight of Rods. Your second card is your obstacles. Your third card is your aspiration. Your fourth card is what needs to be awakened. Your fifth card is what lies behind you or a past influence. Your sixth card is the next stage, and your seventh card is what will be as an outcome. Yes, I think you can see all of those. We have a lot of court cards come to visit, and I think Scorpio had a similar type of energy. So you have the Knight of Rods, the King of Rods, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So if you like, you have a father and son, and you have a mother and son. So we'll work through the reading. Often when the court cards appear, the different energies that they can give off are so broad, it becomes a little more difficult to tie the reading down to one set specific, and it can mean so many different things to different people. So we'll just go through and see what messages are popping up that come as we're working through the reading anyhow, and work from there. So your first card is your current situation, and here's the Knight of Rods. Now they're great cards anyhow, these younger court cards like the Knights and the Pages. They're often giving out positive energy, like they're messengers if you like, so new things coming in, which I think is always a great way to start. This Knight of Rods, he's looking into the future, he's passionate, he fires things up, he gets us going, which is kind of exactly what I said at the beginning, to change up your energy and to, create a bit more passion and movement around you. Well, that's exactly what the Knight of Rods is going to do. And it could be that you're feeling this way. So perhaps you are being invigorated with something, especially if you live down here in the southern hemisphere where we're coming into spring. Spring is a time of movement and energy and growth and new birth, and we can often get caught up in the passion of spring fever, and so that creates us to get excitement and let's try something new type energy coming in. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, of course, you're coming into autumn, which seems a little bit more of a sedate season, but again the whole planet has gone through the change of season cycles, which can bring about change and instigate a bit more passion within us. The Knight of Rods, with his message that he's bringing, stirring up this creative surging in us, can be directed at jobs for some of you. So some of you may be thinking about your career opportunities, or if you're not working, it's your hobbies or passions in life. Now this can represent the possibilities of a new direction coming. So some of you, if you're applying for new jobs or looking at new hobbies, this could be a really fertile time to go ahead and put those CVs out and to apply for jobs. You might well get at least an interview. You may go through to a further position as well. So also the Knight of Rods could be someone in your life. For some of you, this can be a new kind of like relationship coming in. It could even be a romantic relationship, but for others it could just be a really great new friend that comes on the scene and you just go, wow, I just so connect with this bubbly, active person and I'm enjoying their energy. The next card, which was number 2, is your obstacles card, and it's the Lovers card. It's probably a shame that that's in that position, but it's giving us a message, and all messages we can learn from. So when the Lover's card is in an obstacles position, it's perhaps telling us that there is something within a relationship in our life. It could be with ourselves too, so don't forget that. It could be a close, intimate relationship or a very good friendship. It can also be a business association or friendship as well. Now, it could mean that there's a glitch going on within this dynamic or portion of your life. It may be that it needs attention one way or another. It needs to be put back up in its rightful position. Now, that could mean it needs work, so it needs time spent on it one way or another, whether it's communication or mediation or listening or just more time spent with this energy. So if it is a close friend, you know, you might have had a slight falling out or an argument and you might not be seeing so much of each other, but there might be this desire to get it back together. So if you try and put some time and energy into it, it could become flowing again. If this is your close, intimate relationship and it's going through some trials and, you know, problems, seeing someone else like a mentor or a psychologist or a counsellor could be really beneficial. If this is about business type schemes or systems or partnerships or fostering of that, it might be that you're trying to cohesively bring together some new business or operation or, you know, forming a partnership, and there could be just things stalling within it. So it might have slowed down, there could be some problems, there may be some documents that haven't been signed. It could need an influx of this type of energy underneath it, bringing in some new information or taking it in a new direction. If we look at the third card, which is your aspiration, it's the King of Rods, and that's kind of like the Knight of Rods, as I said, his dad, or the more mature version of it. Again, he often talks to us about creativity, passion, fire, excitement, stirring up those type of things, and often within our career modalities. So again, some of you, it feels as though this is either about forming something new or going in a new direction or looking for promotions or pay rises or looking for receiving not necessarily an award or reward, but some sort of notification or acceptance or acknowledgement from a superior perhaps, or a boss or someone around you. You deserve to be rewarded for something you're being done, because I feel like the creativity is coming. It's opening up. It's like you could be starting to fire up with ideas or stimulation or concepts or things like that. Now again, he can refer to possible career change or job applications or putting your CV out, attending interviews. For some of you, it's about starting a new concept or idea within a business or structure or corporation, but for others it's about starting yourself at a new level. So there's plenty going on here at the creative seat of your life, and I think that's really exciting news. It feels like you've got to bring it in more. You've got to land it down here on this plane, as opposed to having it just floating up there with sort of wild excitement. You've got to anchor it somehow. So coming down to number 4 is what needs to be awakened. Yeah, and this is the Page of Swords. So again, he's kind of this young energy or messenger energy, and he's coming in with intellectual ideas and words. Now these words can turn into documents or papers or contracts for signing. So this is what I'm saying before. We've got all this ideas and excitement and passion and creativity up there, but it needed to be cemented and stabilized and grounded for it to operate and open up. And this Page of Swords can sometimes give us those concrete ideas or turn the thoughts into written form. Now once we've done that, thoughts are stage 1 of a conceptual idea. The written part of the concept, bringing it down into words on paper, is part 2. Then part 3 is manifesting it into reality, and those are the stages that it has to take for new ideas or directions or opportunities to actually materialize. So you're going through the process. You need to make sure, as I keep saying it, you need to carry it through. So don't give up, you guys. You've got something going, and keep it going. He can often be the sign of something like a document coming to you and turning up. So this could be a job contract, it could be a legal contract that needs signing, it could be information pertaining to your ideas. So there's a whole lot of new opportunity definitely within this reading with these, the Knights and the Page definitely, and the other court cards. So if we go to card number 5, this is what lies behind you, or a past influence, and we see there it's the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, tens are always about endings, so it's as if something has come to an end in the past, and it could have been a sudden, abrupt ending, and it may have deflated you a little bit, and you may have felt, oh, you know, how did I end up here, or what is this all about? Now, sometimes this can be a feeling of being let down by people around you, such as workmates or close colleagues or close friends or family, and you feel like you've been drowning and they haven't seen you, or they haven't helped you, or they pushed you into the drowning stage. However, it's a card of knowing that whatever happened needed to. There will be certain people that are no longer around that you didn't need in your life because they weren't supportive or helpful, and that you took the steps to change direction, which is the most important thing. And from that Ten of Swords, you get up and you move in a new direction. And it can take a little bit of time, because it can be a little bit painful when we find out that we perhaps didn't have the support we thought we did, or someone we really felt we could trust or liked didn't feel the same about us. So it takes a while to get over that type of shock, I think is a good word for it. Now, the other thing with that card I often find is it can be symbolic of physical pain as well. So some of you may have been in physical pain for some time, and especially around the areas of the body where those swords are. So down through the main part, the trunk of your body, up through the shoulders and the top of your arms even. And it could even be that some of you have had surgical procedures or operations, because the swords often imply that as well. So you might be coming out of having felt kind of unwell, or, you know, like, oh my God, I just feel dead. You know, I've got no energy, I'm flat on my back type thing. So that's in the past, so we're moving into the future. And I think there's another really poignant thing for you guys to think about. There is no future in the past. So focus all your attention and insight and fired up energy into the future and let the past go. The other thing with this card that it can symbolize is that someone, an older person that you may know, could be in the end stages of a life, and that they could be sort of in a home, a nursing home for the end of life people. So there might be someone around you who is in that situation as well. Coming to card number 6, which is what will the next stage be, and we see the mother of this guy, the Queen of Swords. So again, she's just sort of progressing things further from his information, which was bringing down these thoughts into reality and getting them on paper and getting them through legal systems, taking them to accountants, to lawyers, getting documents signed. She can also be about communicating in general. She can sometimes use her words a bit sarcastically and a bit caustically, you know, caustic or caustic, and hurt people. So I think it's a time to be really diligent about how you use your words and how you sign documents, what needs to be said and what doesn't need to be said. It's also a time of communication as well, which is what we're talking about, of course. And communication can come in many ways: written, emails, legal, friendly, non-friendly. So there's plenty of action for you in this month, and I feel there's plenty of communication, and there's obviously plenty of people around you because of all these court cards. The next one that we come to is the final card, which is what will be. Wow, now this is lovely in many different ways. The Two of Cups is a very revered card. It's traditionally symbolizes love, and sometimes soulmate love, even this feeling of deep connection, like heart chakra connection. So some people have talked about the terminology of twin flame energy and the kind of alignment of that and how it lights a soul up. So there's a possibility for some of you here to just find or be walking into a time frame where you are going to find this wonderful connection of love. And of course you've had the Lovers card here as well, so maybe if you heal that Lovers card enough and write it up the right way, it could re-establish itself over here as the Two of Cups again. So for some of you this is clearing up issues within a current existing relationship and bringing it to full harmony again. That's for those of you who are already in established relationships. For others, this is the potential for a brand new, very deep, passionately wonderful relationship that is supportive, nurturing, trustworthy, honouring each other and finding love. You know, it truly is a beautiful card. But there's another inference with it as well. It can also mean partnerships, and not just loved ones, but deep, connective business partnerships sometimes, and so can the Lovers. This Queen of Swords could be tied up into it somehow. So that she may be part of the overall picture tied in here. Whether she's a legal person who ties it all in, or whether she is a possible business partner, or she aligns you with a business partner. So there's great scope within this reading to be many different possibilities. Yeah, it's quite powerful. It's become more and more activated as we've gone through the reading. It's told us more information. It's been quite set about the court cards and what they were delivering, all the messages they were delivering. And I think certainly there's plenty of potential of love in here and the healing of relationships. So perhaps from this time over here to reconnecting and re-healing and re-energizing love and relationships and finding love, which of course in the end most of us are here one way or another to connect with the energy of love. So really nice reading there for you guys, Capricorn. Plenty of information for you to ponder on. Now we will just finish with one last card. These are Saints and Angels, and we will just see what the last card is for Capricorn. We thank you for this. The last card. Be brave, and that's your guardian angel. So yeah, no, I think we didn't have too much that we needed to necessarily be brave about. So I'll focus it as best I can. We could see the Ten of Swords, which requires a degree of being brave, and perhaps these new ideas that you've got and these concepts coming through, it does take a degree of standing up and being strong and brave and taking that step forward and not being afraid of your plans and your ideas and your concepts and having faith in them. And I guess that's all the same thing as being brave. I also see that beautiful big cat that angel is lying across. So for some of you, pets may be in the reading one way or another as well. This could be new pets, or it could be something to do with your current pet one way or another. So there we are, Capricorn. I trust you have really enjoyed the reading, and you've got to finish the finishing card with this wonderful energy of braveness, taking yourself forward into the unknown and, you know, going forth with strength. So thank you for listening again. I love it when you leave your comments. Don't forget to check your moon and rising signs, because there could be some really interesting information there as well. If you sub the channel, that's really good, and push the little bell beside it so that you get the notifications, and that way you can see all uploads when they're coming. So again guys, have a wonderful month ahead, and I shall see you for November. Much love. Namaste.